Right, let's quickly show you how to run a test stream to Twitch or YouTube and how to test and select which Twitch server is the best for you, because this is actually something you can manually pick. First, to run a test stream on Twitch, it is pretty simple. Open OBS, go to settings, go to stream, and click enable bandwidth test mode. Click apply, and then go live as normal. Open up a game, chat, talk, test alerts, do everything that you would do in a normal stream, but make sure you keep the stats panel open and also your task manager open. Make sure you're paying attention to both of these. None of what you're doing right now is going out to your viewers. It's being intercepted by Twitch and simply used as a test. If you're streaming to YouTube, you'll need to make a scheduled stream. Obviously, we've already covered that in several videos, so you make it and then set it to unlisted. This lets you not only test your stream and look at the stats panel like Twitch does, but also gives you an unlisted stream VOD on YouTube so you can review the quality later. Now, if you think that your internet is perfect and none of the dropped frames or issues are caused by you, then it could be Twitch's fault. Or in my case, I spent 6 months struggling with internet issues because my neighborhood had a massive fault. No one else noticed it except for the guy trying to upload 6,000 to 10,000 bit rates a second steady. This next tool literally let me diagnose it before my ISP could. It's called Twitch Test, and it lets you test all the servers near you easily. I'll link it in the description. You can go there, download it, extract the zip file, and then run it. It's going to need your stream key, so go to your Twitch dashboard, settings, stream, and copy the primary key. Paste this in here, and do not share this with anyone at all. If you give this to someone, they can stream to your channel. Over on the right, click test duration. I like to set this to medium because I'm impatient, but some smarter friends use long. This is how long the tool tests each server. Usually 30 to 60 seconds of testing is enough to tell you if there are issues. Next, select your region, either manually by clicking these boxes or use the quick select. I'm Australian, so I say other. Now click run and it will begin testing, so wait patiently. When the results are in, you want a maxed out bandwidth of 10,000 plus. You'll want the shortest RTT or round trip time and the best quality, which maxes out at 100. Once you know that, you'll go to OBS, open settings, click the stream, click the server, and rather than automatic, select the specific server that was best for you in Twitch Test. I want to shout out Nutty. I'm pretty sure I learned about this tool from him 4 years ago now, so credit to him. With all of this done, congratulations, you can not only diagnose your lag thanks to the stats panel and test streams, but you'll also be able to adjust your settings, your game, and more to help solve the problem you're dealing with. But for the love of God, whatever you do, make sure you go to settings, advanced, scroll to network, and finally, turn off dynamic bitrate. This tool is meant to detect when your internet connection is limited and automatically reduce your bitrate to compensate rather than dropping frames. The issue is, it doesn't fucking work. Any tiny spike will cause this to activate and tank your quality. I've alt-tabbed into and out of games, and for some reason it has tanked my bitrate down to nothing. And then it just causes a cascading series of issues, constantly recognizing itself as an internet issue and tanking itself further and repeating. With that turned off and your settings all fixed up, you should click here to learn how to separate all your audio sources carefully for better audio quality. I'll see you guys next week. Recording gameplay has never been easier. Anyone can do it. But not many people can do it right. Laggy footage, blurry footage, or just no sound at all. Today, we're going to show you how to record game footage in OBS, as well as all the settings to make the quality amazing, crisp, and clear, to make both your microphone and your game sound perfect. But then I'm going to show you the most important thing you will learn, something massive gaming YouTubers do for every recording, and that is how to record both your gameplay and a webcam or camera at the same time inside OBS without burning the webcam over the top of the game. This gives you clean footage, meaning you can focus on one or the other, zoom in on either without issues, and make your edits far more engaging for viewers. Let's go. Obviously, to do all of this, you need to install OBS. So head to obsproject.com, I'll link it in the description, and download for your operating system. Click install once it's done, and you're ready to go. OBS is an incredible tool. You can use it to not just record games, but anything on your computer. You can stream with it, add graphics like these free overlays I made for you guys, or you can get much more professional, fully animated packs as well. So before we show you how to set up your video settings properly, let's show you how to enter the giveaway. Owned has given me dozens of vouchers to give out to you guys in the comments. These work alongside their global sale as well, which means anytime they put up a sale, you can grab pretty much any of their overlay packs, graphics, banners for your YouTube channel, you name it, for free or even just a few dollars. As I said, I'm giving them away in the comments. All you have to do to enter is comment #ownedgiveaway and then what graphics you'd buy. Maybe it's an overlay, maybe it's some sub badges, or maybe it's just a YouTube banner. Massive thank you to Own for sponsoring this video. If you want to support me, please go and support them with the link in the description or by entering the giveaway in the comments. Now, let's get back to the video. Once you have OBS installed, you're going to open it and see this big black box. This is called a preview window. This is where your gameplay and graphics will be, but first I want to set up your video settings. Now, I know a lot of videos just give you a bunch of specific settings and tell you to copy them without explaining in any detail why. And I hope you'll forgive me, but I hated my math teacher for doing this sort of thing to me. So I'm going to make this simple for beginners while also trying to make sure you don't leave this video with no idea what to change if something goes wrong. If you understand what you're changing and why, you'll be far more likely to get better footage and not hit massive snags and find yourself back at this video asking questions. So head to settings, click video, and first thing we're going to do is pick a resolution. Now personally, I always record at 1920 by 1080p on both my base canvas and my output canvas. The difference between these two settings is essentially base canvas is your preview window size and the output is what your final video size is going to be. The two main resolutions you'll pick between are 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720. These days 1080p tends to be standard, but if you're on a low-end computer, 720p might be a better option for you. So if you find your OBS struggling later, you can come back here and drop the output to 720, and that way you're scaling down 1080 to 720 for better quality, but it won't be so intense on your PC. Below that is our FPS or frames per second. You'll set this to either 30 or 60 most of the time. However, if you're say Australian like I am, or European, or another country that uses what's called PAL, you might want your FPS set to 25 or 50 depending on where you're sending the footage later. I'm in Australia and I still use 30 or 60 because it doesn't matter most of the time since everything just goes to YouTube these days. With that, we're moving on to our output. Personally, I used advanced mode, so I do recommend you do as well, so select that here in the output section. Since we're focused on recording today, we will click this tab that says recording, but if you want a guide on streaming settings, then please let me know in the comments and subscribe. I'll make that soon. Let's go down through the settings one at a time. First is recording path. This is where the recordings you make will be saved. I recommend making a folder called OBS recordings somewhere that you won't forget, and then setting this setting to that. Below that is recording format. The most common you'll know is MP4 or potentially MOV, but we're not going to record as either of those because if we did and your OBS or PC crashed, turned off, or generally stopped recording when you didn't want it to, the file would corrupt and be unusable, which means you might lose hours of work. So instead, we're going to be recording as MKV files, and don't worry, I'll show you how to convert those to MP4 files later without issue inside OBS, so you can edit them. Below that, we have our video encoder. This used to be so simple, but it's gotten more confusing as more graphics cards have become decent for content creation. Damn computer engineers and trying to improve our hardware for us. So look, I will try and keep it simple for you by focusing on just 3 of these. Today, we're going to talk about NVENC H.264, X264, and AV1. To make this straightforward, if you're using any NVIDIA card past the GTX 600, which was released in 2012, so likely any NVIDIA card being used on a semi-new PC, you're going to pick NVENC H.264. This means you're using a special chip on your graphics card to encode footage. This chip is separate and just used solely for encoding and decoding, so it won't affect your... Streaming has never been easier. Anyone can do it. Recording gameplay has never been easier. Streaming has never been easier. Anyone can do it. Is limited and automatically reduce your bitrate to compensate rather than dropping frames. The issue is, it doesn't fucking work. Any tiny spike will cause this to activate and tank your quality. I've alt-tabbed into and out of games, and for some reason it has tanked my bitrate down to nothing. And then it just causes a cascading series of issues, constantly recognizing itself as an internet issue and tanking itself further and repeating. With that turned off and your settings all fixed up, you should click here to learn how to separate all your audio sources carefully for better audio quality. I'll see you guys next week. Into and out of games, recognizing itself as an internet issue. Setting up audio for new streamers is complicated and confusing, but after hours of work, your mic sounds great, your game is clear, and your music, well, it's amazing. You've done it. Except your viewers keep screaming at you to fix your audio. They can't hear you because apparently the game is too loud, so I guess we're gonna drop the game volume in OBS. Except now they can't hear the music at all because it's on the same slider. So let's raise that back up and lower the game volume in the settings instead. Perfect, your viewers are finally happy, except you're not. Now you can't hear the game at all over the music, and you keep getting shot in the ass because of that. Today, we are fixing all of this pain. We're going to be setting up a tool called Sonar that works with OBS or Streamlabs to route your different audio sources carefully into different channels and then into OBS, allowing you to have much better control over your audio. It will also help make your mic sound clearer, crisper, and cleaner, but most importantly, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to set up your recordings to have separate audio tracks, which I cannot express how crucial this is for editing streams later into videos or TikToks, so stick around for that. First, we're going to need to grab the software. It's called Sonar or Sonar.
I see you watching from the sidelines. Not sure if you can take the speed, but baby, when I'm in the driver's seat, there's no slowing down for me. The engine's roaring, my heart's soaring. Can you feel it coming? How fast can we go before we break? Push it to the limit till we shake. How fast can we go before we break? You and me, we're riding straight into the flame, yeah. Your hands are trembling on the dash, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. We're breaking every record set, and baby, this is just the beginning. The pressure's rising, no compromising. Watch the needle climbing. How fast can we go before we break? Push it to the limit till we shake. We shake, we shake. How fast can we go before we break? You and me, we're riding straight into the flame, yeah. We're going supersonic. Let's go, let's go. Past the point of no return. 3, 2. How fast can we go before we break? Full speed ahead now, until the whole world starts to shake. No looking back now. How fast can we go before we break? You and me, we're riding straight into the flame, yeah. Pure race mode, fast-paced road, mind in code, ready to load. Metal meets mine, perfect time, breaking lines, system shine, raw rush, raging, beast breaking, caging, power surge, watch me merge. Pure power in my veins, can't hold me back again. Breaking all restraints, feel it coming in. Higher, faster now, breaking through somehow. Past the red line, past the edge, nothing left to dread. I am the force, I am the speed, I am the force. Can't contain me. I am the force. I am the speed. Feel the power surge through everything. Anymore, racing through the storm, feel it in my core, born to transform, push it to the max, leave them all behind, past the point of facts, leave it all behind. I am the force, I am the speed, I am the force, can't contain me. I am the force, I am the speed. Feel the power surge
All right, chat. What it do? What it do? What it do? Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Depending on where you are in the world, it's gotta be you gotta fall in one of those categories. Sorry it took so long for me to come on, man. Good news is that we're not dropping frames like before, so the game should not freeze. So everything seems like it's working now. The only problem I'm having is that on one of the platforms, the screen looks halfway decent, and then the rest is like stretched. So I think that's a resolution issue. I won't be able to fix that without changing. I mean, without stopping the stream. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let the show go on, and let me just turn on this audio so that we can get the game going. I'm basically gonna continue where I left off with Alex earlier, but I'm not with Alex. I'm by myself. Um, and see if I can move this load along. Okay, the controller's working fine. Alex, can you hear me? In the chats? Loud and clear? Yeah? That's good. At least something's working, right? I said at least something's working, right? So we Okay. We're in Honduras, people. In the rain. Doing 60 miles an hour. 53. It's not working at all, or it's not. Okay. But the voice is fine. Yes, sir. I'm doing 74 miles an hour. There's no way to miss me. Este recao como ahorita, ¿no? Se unió. ¿Qué se unió?